Angelo here. Welcome to my channel, and welcome back, viewers of my stream. Well, it's been roughly about a year since I last did my original story rant on Mortal Kombat 11, and within the last couple days, they released a DLC which not only is it a bunch of new characters, but they actually continued on with the story. Here I am with my new rant about Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, which, happens after. So I guess the best way to start it, spoilers, everybody, because, this game literally takes place at the end. You are focusing on the main four characters, which is Nightwolf, Fujin, Shang Tsung, and Shiva. And then later on Sindel, or Shao Kahn. It's kind of very interesting because if you want to really put this together, this is the bad guy. So, like, if you wanted to play the other way and go about seeing how the bad guys would have gone through the storyline and how they would have fought through and went against Kronika, this is pretty much their story. Now, granted, it's pretty cool, and again, without a doubt, the star of the show is Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, the original Shang Tsung. That guy, I mean, just look at him. He is Shang Tsung, without a doubt. Like, when you see him again, it's like, yeah, that's Shang Tsung. And it's as funny as it is that he has now gotten older, so he actually kind of looks a little more like the original Shang Tsung from the first Mortal Kombat 1 arcade cabinet, when that old, creepy-looking guy from, like, Big Trouble in Little China, that same kind of guy, which is probably, and then there's, like, the Raiden-ish kind of guy there, too. So, I mean, you can kind of see where somebody copied somebody or somebody liked somebody else. I'm pretty sure Ed Boon was a big fan of that movie, so. But, yeah, with that, in this DLC, like, the Earthrealmers are super weak, okay? Because, like I said, this is the bad guy's take. So, pretty much, the biggest complaint I had is, if you beat this game, you have three choices of options. So, like, the first one is you lose. You lose your 2 rounds to Kronika, and then she just kills you, reshapes the world in her image, and everything goes, bam. You got the bad ending. The normal ending is what they're going with here. So basically, it means that Kronika wins a round, and then you win 2 rounds. So you don't clean sweep. And then that's when, Raiden becomes, the fire god, and he already is a fire god, but then, like, Raiden sits back and he has the bromance with him, and then they reshape the world together, and he's there with his guide as immortal now. Pretty normal. And then that's what they go with. But the one that I was thinking is because, then he had Kitana with him. Now, granted, that makes her lose her status as the Khan, but then, Raiden brings her in, and then him and Kitana reshape the world together, which I thought, that's what I would thought. And it's like, you could have ended it right there. But now, DLC, you gotta have conflict. So Kitana's still doing what she's doing, but then now they went with the normal ending where it's Raiden and Liu Kang. So, it kind of takes away that whole thing, and it's like, you would think it'd always be the best ending, but, I guess, you gotta have more turmoil. So now you have Raiden, the mortal, and Liu Kang. But then Shang Tsung comes out, says that they were stuck in the Void Realm. Great plot device. And just say, oh, we were put in a dimension of darkness, they were in the Shadow Realm, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that. Yeah, it was very interesting. So now you see Nightwolf, you see Fujin, and you see Shang Tsung. And then they go back saying, we can go back because you cannot fully do it. You're going to break and destroy the hourglass of, like, where you can reshape time and everything going to go wrong. So we need to get that crown because you killed Kronika and she had a crown. And that crown is basically how you can control and meld everything in that hourglass. So then they believe him. They're like, man, we shouldn't believe this guy. But it's like, whatever. All right, we'll believe him. All right, send them back. So they send the 3 guys back, which is basically what the entire thing is. Now, you see the cutscenes and everything. You see everybody whooping some ass. You see Nightwolf whooping ass, Fujin whooping ass, even Shang Tsung whooping ass. And also times when Shang Tsung gets his ass whooped. But the thing about it is just like, cutscenes are great, graphics are amazing, but then that's when you start slowly seeing that it's like, oh, everything that you did in Mortal Kombat 11 basically means shit. Like, because they were supposed to be there right when the merger happened, and then the people from Mortal Kombat 2, where, Kung Lao got his neck snapped by Shao Kahn. It was right before that scene. And then they end up in the Coliseum, and then they're fighting. But then, I guess since Liu Kang, Fire God, Fire Thunder God Liu Kang didn't know what he was doing yet, doesn't have full control over his powers, and instead of sending him to that point when the merger immediately happened, where they can just in a quick, like Oceans type job where they run to the Shang Tsung's island and just snatch the crown away, they ended up being at the part where Kitana is trying to take back Outworld from the now Shao Kahn taking over it again, and then it delves into them, and they're trying to not be seen. Long story short, they get seen by the Collector. But then they get away, and then it kind of becomes a plot device where they need to find this to that and this and that. They meet up with Shiva. Shiva tries to get them, and they try to revive Sindel. And of course, it is Shang Tsung with a part of the little bit of Jinsei to heal up her. So, again, this is the super strong chick. What is it exactly that makes her super duper strong? No idea. But, I mean, she's the same chick that killed everybody from Earthrealm. And then Nightwolf had to blow himself up, and then that's the only reason why, they survived, technically. Because, like, Nightwolf is the one that took out Sindel. So it's like, damn, Nightwolf was powerful, but, like, Sindel is like, I guess she can kill Cetrion, the daughter chick, which basically she can beat up everybody's ass. But Sindel, it's got to be the hair, man. It's that herbal essences in her hair. That's got to be it. But, yeah, so... Again, now here's the thing. So they're bringing back all these characters. All these characters are lost in the void, but I still say, where the hell is Kung Jin? Where the hell is Takeda? I mean, like, I know Smoke is dead or whatever, and everyone was dead, but then it's like, still, where the hell is Smoke? I mean, like, Smoke is a cool character. I mean, it also makes me laugh because it was voiced by Oded Fair, the guy that was Carlos in... what was it? Resident Evil movies. Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. But maybe that's why I just wanted to see the guy, or hear the guy's voice again. Yeah, there's just so many missing characters, and they never talk about them. And like I said, this is a very streamlined thing. So what you think you saw and what you had in Mortal Kombat 11, you're not going to see anything. So you're not going to really see Johnny Cage. You're not going to see anything that has to do with them. They're still doing their thing, and this is a whole other thing on the side. It is technically kind of like filler, I guess you can say, in a way. But then I'll just break it down to you. I mean, like, near the end, everything goes well for the bad guys. Because you're playing as bad guys. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that you were, like, rooting for and playing as, they just get destroyed. Like, Kung Lao. Instead of Garrus going into the sea, Kung Lao goes into the sea. It's like, okay. And then it's like, Liu Kang, he just gets his legs destroyed and smashed. And you're just like... Man, this is a terrible thing. Now, I forgot to mention, right before Fire God Liu Kang sends the three of them on their way back to the past of the current timeline, he tells Fujin something in the very beginning. And I guess it kind of foreshadows, but he says, okay, but don't tell Nightwolf. But that's what you gotta do. Turns out at the very end, Liu Kang knew this was going to happen. So the whole thing about it is that he knew that he needed Shang Tsung himself to get the crown and to beat Kronika. Fire God Liu Kang, I guess, already knew this was going to happen, so he lets it happen, and that's why I'm saying, like, people get destroyed, like Johnny Cage gets beat, Sonya gets beat, Casey gets beat, like Jackie and Jax, like that fight with young Jax and Jackie against older Jax and Noob Saibot at Shang Tsung's Island never happens. It just because instead now you had Fujin, Nightwolf, and Shang Tsung appear there instead, so it cuts everything off. Does that make sense? Like, you think you know something, you think something's gonna happen, but it just all gets cut off. Like it just streamlines. Like, oh no, that's what's happening instead. All those other things, they just get cut off, and the bad guys win. Like literally, as I'm watching this, I'm just like, dude, this is the bad guys winning. Holy crap! Like, you would think they want to restart everything, but then of course the biggest thing that kind of got me near the end is the whole plot twist is like, hey, we're gonna do this together. He's like, oh, okay, and he hands it to Raiden, Fujin, because Fujin was the one that was in charge of the little crown. But of course, it was just Shang Tsung, and that's him betraying everybody. Oh man, I mean, it's like I knew it, and it's good to see like a bad guy kind of, I guess, win technically, because it's very rare that you see any bad guys ever win. And technically you can say that this is a game showing the bad guy winning. He fights everybody, and then he takes out Shao Kahn and Sindel, because at this point Shao Kahn and Sindel are just unstoppable. Like, you can pick and choose who you play. Play Sindel or you play Shao Kahn. They beat everybody. Kitana, Jade, like everybody. Who is it? Kotal Khan, he gets destroyed too. Like, everyone's destroyed. Like, everybody gets destroyed. And they get destroyed pretty easily too. It's like, you didn't really put up a fight, did you? And it's just like, wow. But in the end, what happens is that, yes, Shang Tsung, he's all powerful. He looks young. He's like the young version of Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat 1 live-action movie. And then, wearing the crown, he beats Kronika. And then, of course, now, as he's going to reshape the world, that's when Liu Kang comes in. Liu Kang's like, nah, it ain't going down like this, buddy. So then, after that, you get to choose. So you can either have the bad ending, where now, in place of Elder Gods, it's just Shang Tsung, and he has everybody under his control, and he's taken over all the realms. I mean, for a bad ending, fine, that's cool. You get to see that, awesome. I mean, that's exactly what I would figure Shang Tsung would do. And then the good ending is that Liu Kang wins. He knew that was going to happen. He played one of those, super, like, 4D chess, like 5D, 6D, 12D chess, and he just completely, like, outthought and outmaneuvered Shang Tsung. Beats him, takes the crown, and then reshapes history. But then I guess in the end, all he does is just kind of replay exactly what happened in the original, and then he kind of leaves it up to chance, because now, if you think about it that way, he's just doing it again, and then he meets Kung Lao. But the original, his ancestor, Kung Lao, and then he's like, oh, you're nothing like the Kung Lao that I know. He's like, the other one? He's like, oh, okay. He's like, but we got training. He's like, oh, training for what? And it's like, boom. But now where does it lead to? Who knows? It's the bad guy's version, but then at the very end, whoop, like, hit that freaking record skip. The mastermind behind it all, Fire God Liu Kang, he already knew everything was going to happen. And if you choose the good ending, everything went exactly as he had planned. And yeah, that's my thought on it. Like I said, there's just some things I disliked about it. Aside from, like, Sindel just... I mean, like, literally, like, do you need anybody else? Like, Sindel, like, I guess she can literally hold her own against pretty much everybody. And, like, Shao Kahn, like, even though he may be, like, one of the strongest, I think Sindel is as strong, if not even also stronger as well. But she loves that strong, can-do, super beefy dragon dude. So it's like, yeah. And then, of course, just Fire God Liu Kang. So now, is it rebooted again? That's the thing about this. So basically, everything that happened in Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat 9, even in this DLC, at the end of it, if you chose the good ending, it means nothing. Now, technically, if you have the Shang Tsung ending, it does mean something. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully this video didn't go on too long. But in the end, it was a good watch. It was a good view. Homeboy won, and he reshaped the world to be the way it was originally. Cool. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys out there. Later.